We're going to quickly review here the transitions, the visual transitions that you can execute in a show. We'll start with the fade in. So we start in black. So I punch black in program. Let's say I want to fade into a shot on camera 6. So I'll put camera 6 in preview. And then over here with background selected and mix selected, I will hit the auto button. Remember, the cut button is always cut. It's going to produce a straight cut or an instantaneous switch between the two sources. Auto will respond to whatever you have pressed up here, which right now we're going to mix. So we're going to mix or fade from black into the shot that you see on camera 6. So I hit auto, there's our fade in. If I hit auto again, it fades out. If I hit cut, that's an instantaneous switch. We're cutting in from black, but we really don't want to start a show that way. It's too abrupt. So we'll fade in to start. The next transition will be the dissolve. So if I have something in the server, let's say I'm going to put server 7 in preview, K27, I punch that in preview. Now I'm still going to be in mix and I'm still going to hit the auto button, but since we're going from source to source, meaning from a camera to a server or vice versa, it doesn't really matter. As long as we're going from source to source and there's no black involved, now we call it a dissolve. So if I hit auto, it dissolves into the server. If I hit auto again, it dissolves back. Of course, if I hit cut, it just cuts between the two. Moving on to wipe. If you double press it, you can choose the wipe pattern like you see here. So I'll just press it once. And now the auto button, instead of executing a dissolve or a fade, is going to execute the wipe. So now if I hit the auto button, it wipes like that. If I hit it again, it wipes back. Again, the cut button still will do instantaneous switching between the two sources. When we go to and from commercial break, we do the visual transition referred to as a dip. So the director will say something like ready dip to server 8, for example here. So you punch server 8 in preview and you see it pop up there on the screen. So remember, when you hear ready dip is when we're going to use this button here. Now by default, as soon as you hit it, it illuminates, but on the screen nothing happens, at least nothing visual. You don't see a difference. That doesn't come into play until you pull the fader bar down and then back up. It has to be both, because if you just go down, it'll stay in black. So this is going to put black in between what we're seeing here in program and preview, which is a shot of camera 6. Let's say that's our anchors tossed into a commercial. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this. It'll be roll server 8 and then dip to it. Remember, you don't roll as a server, as the TD. So when you hear roll server 8, you don't do anything. When they say ready dip, you hit preset black here. Then dip server 8, you go down and back up. And that's the visual transition that you see there. Then when we come back from break, it'll be ready open mics, ready cue host, ready dip to camera 6, let's say. So we push camera 6 in preview. Ready dip, you are ready to dip. That's all you have to do. Now we wait, they count us down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open mics, cue host, dip to camera 6.